Good evening, masculine enjoyers. I hope you're doing all right. So, over the past few weeks, we've been looking at my progress in terms of sales. We've been discussing post-Christmas, and, well, hasn't been super great this year, has it? No. Very unfortunate. Post-Christmas for 2024 has been very dull, very slow, very not interesting. That's probably the best way of putting it. And in this video, we're actually going to go ahead and show off some data to really kind of help you understand and get a grasp of where things are kind of going awkward, where things are going wrong. Yeah. So with great thanks to K13, he's provided a lot of data that we're going to be taking a look at. And we're going to see for ourselves how bad this year is comparing to previous years. Sounds good? Right, let's jump in. Let's just kind of give you some context. So, ever since the end of November, I've been keeping track of my money on my accounts. Now, of course, initially, from November to, of course, December 25, that was more about, how much sales I could make during the likes of December with the Christmas skins. That wasn't very good. And then, of course, after that, post-Christmas, I made a big fuss saying, you know what, guys, don't worry, Christmas might not have been that good, but with the likes of post-Christmas, every skin should be going up in price. We should be selling those insanely and making some wonderful profits. No, didn't happen. So whilst many meta skins have steadily reached to new all-time high prices, many other skins did not do so. And as I can just quickly showcase to you, for a very long time, I've been trying to sell what I have, and, well, unfortunately, I still haven't maxed out my accounts. Now, one of the accounts over here recently did get exhausted, as in I completely maxed it out to the absolute maximum amount of allowed money I'm allowed to have in my account, and I did a whole bunch of buy orders and made some purchases with it, which has effectively brought its the money count down. So you can see it was doing very good around here, and it's gone down now. Well, I just wanted to point that out. And you can actually see that I have still been making purchases. I have been keeping track of all of that. So, yeah, that's down, but many of the other accounts, I'm slowly getting to the point where they're maxed out. I'm just 2 away, and that one there was, of course, there before, but yeah. So I have been making sales, and let's just quickly show that off to you right over here. So it's not hard to make sales, it's hard to make very good profits. That's the silly thing. So as you can see, I've spread them all out. I didn't, unload all of my stock. I listed them in small batches, groups of 3 to 5, and they have sold very nicely. I personally haven't caused the likes of any of these skins to go down pretty bad based on the idea of, well, if you put down small batches, it's not going to negatively affect the prices of skins in the long run. So that's worked out all right, but I'm not making insane money. Prices did not reach to all-time high new prices, and yeah, so that's the point that we basically discussed in the previous video. But from here on now, I want to actually start showing you data so we can kind of get a grasp of how things have been a bit awkward. So let's go over to here. Christmas time. As I said a little bit earlier, Christmas 2023 was not very nice. It was not very good. And we can see this for ourselves right here. So as you can see, 2021, 2022, 2023. In 2021, we were seeing very, very nice amounts of money being spent. 2022, the exact same thing. Very, very, very nice amounts of money being spent. But with 2023, it's dropped off bad. Yeah, so the 24th, it's like 20,000 less. Over to here, 60,000 less. 60,000 less again. 60,000 less again. 40,000 less, sorry. But, yeah. What? Where's the money gone? Why isn't money being spent? See, yeah, we have discussed this. People just aren't really actively buying skins. However, can we prove that? Let's go over to here now. So number of skins sold. On the 24th, this is actually matching up quite all right to 2021. But now it's not, as you can see there. Whew, and it's not there, and it's not really there. So, yeah, overall, it's not like that far off from 2021. It's 30,000. I know, but it's still fairly close to it. But then again, when you look at the difference in terms of money, what? So I get the feeling that skin values are going down pretty bad. But we already know that because we can see that for ourselves. But, why? Why is it suddenly a case of people just don't really crave or desire skins that much anymore? Which, of course, would lead to prices go down. See, we don't have a clear answer, do we? We've been discussing this over the past few weeks, but it just hasn't really worked out. Now, if you can recall, I only really started to sell my skins around the 7th of December. So for a good 14 days, 2 weeks, this is where I've actually put an effort in to make some sales. And I can confirm to you, pretty much every single skin has gone down. Ever since like the very beginning of January, everything has started to go down in price. Even though it's not too hard to sell my skins, as you can see there, I'm just not making as much money. And this is not looking good for the future. Oh, no. Especially when you consider what prices you might want to offer for future skins as well. Because if at the current position that we're at, skins aren't doing very well now, what's it going to look like during the summer? What's it going to look like during next year's Christmas and post-Christmas? We've got to play it smarter now as we approach 2024 skins and figure out what might be better prices to offer. I'm constantly doing it every single week, what with my abnormal barders streams and whatnot. But yeah, things aren't looking very reliable anymore. Anyway, back over to the likes of here. Let's go take a look at the state of total sales during the past 3 years. So, of course, we haven't got that much to showcase for 2024. So we can more specifically look at the likes of 2021, 2022, and 2023. And it's quite alarming, all right? It's quite alarming. So, as you can see, 2021 kicks off amazingly. Why is that? At the very beginning of the year, offline TV era has taken place. Offline TV set up their own special server on Rust, and all the biggest Twitch streamers were playing on it. For 2 months, Rust was the biggest game on Twitch. The most people watching it. The biggest game being watched on Twitch. That's the answer, I should say. Anyway, point is, when you look at the state of that, just know that had a very, very, very strong bit of momentum behind it. And as it goes through the rest of the year, it doesn't really go down too bad. Anyway, we roll into the beginning of 2022. And yeah, prices are still doing reasonably well, but it does drop off towards the end of the year. Autumn fall seasonal dip happens every single year. But here's a funny thing. As we roll into December of 2022 was very, very strong. And let's remind ourselves, for post-Christmas 2023, it was so strong that it basically lasted all the way into the likes of February time. And as you can see with the money being spent, or rather the money being earned, or actually, no, it kind of goes both ways because money has to be spent to be earned. You get the idea. You can see that it is, it's doing very good. It's doing very strong, much better compared to the previous year. And it goes on like that throughout all the way up until August. So August was the last good month, then it rolls into September 2023, what we just had recently. So we had a very good half of the year with 2023, like all the way up to August, but ever since September 2023, prices have been dire, they've been awful, they've been bad, and they haven't really improved. Look at the difference from December 2022 Christmas time, 3,700 3.7 million. Sorry about that. And then you look at the state of this with Christmas of 2023, 3.1 million. Where did about $550,000 to $600,000 go? Where did that happen? What went wrong? Well, then we also have the sales volume. So as we look at over here, the funny and awkward thing is we sold more. Well, not more. We sold a very reasonable amount of skins during December, but we just weren't really seeing the money. And then when you look at throughout all of the year, we sold the most out of the past 3 years in 2023, the most during that year compared to the previous ones. But I should also say, don't forget, it was going very strong here, but what's happened now? So we're now going to roll over into this. This is more specifically more recent. So this is January 4th swipe, the very beginning of 2024. What was it? The 4th of January, if you can remember. Look at all the previous post-Christmases and then look at it compared to 2024. Thursday, very decent sales. Do you know what? We did get some somewhat decent sales for 2024, but compared to 2023, it's a fair bit lower. The next day, it went down in price. The money went down. These went up. What went wrong? And then the next day, so it's now the weekend. That's where we saw a lot of people playing, and the money still it's still increasing here. Only went up by a fair bit here, and then rolling over to here, it's gone down a fair bit, it seems. But here it went down a lot more. Anyway, over the course of the first weekend, significantly less compared to the other years. That's not good. But the funny thing is when you actually roll into here and look at how many skins were sold. When you compare 2024 to 2023, it's almost equal. But the money Not equal. And then when you look at the likes of the next day, Friday, this has the most sales. And next day, most sales. Next day, most sales. Most sales. Less money. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. So once again, thank you very much to K13. This has been very, very helpful to just getting the point across. I'm trying my best to be very analytical with all of you, but it really does kind of show off that Ruskin values aren't going well. They are not holding, and we have to be very careful from here on now, because could it potentially get worse from here on now? Well, we do know that we have a Counter-Strike major coming up, don't we? And, well, there's a very good chance a lot of people are going to be wanting to sell their skins to get some funds so they can throw it towards new content being added to Counter-Strike. Oh dear, oh dear. That being Copenhagen 2024 major. Just wanted to keep you informed. So then we roll into over to here. This is the first 2 weeks of January. So 2022, 2023, and 2024. Oh dear, oh dear. We got some very good sales for 2024. We got hardly any money. So that just very easily showcases everything to you. For some strange reason, ever since September 2023, September 2023 until now, or, you know, still going on, all skin values have gone down like fairly drastically, and they haven't recovered. And because of that, even though there is demand for skins, even though, which I can point out to you one more time, with the likes of this year, we did see a lot of people playing, today, 3 weeks in, 130,000 playing. That's good. With the likes of the Force Wipe for 2024, we had the highest peak player count in a very long time, over 190,000. So far, this entire month of January, almost 97,000 average player count. Compared to the previous year, very nice improvement. But the money... Where's the improvement of the money? It's not happened. So, yeah, things have definitely got a whole lot more awkward. And from here and now, we're just going to have to accept that maybe Ruskin prices aren't always just casually increasing in price. Maybe only a select few. Maybe we only see certain skins actually go up in price when there's like a spike in demand based on continuations appearing with future Rust stores. Again, that's very awkward. So... we've already discussed this, haven't we? We have discussed this. There is around 4,000 plus skins in Rust currently. And just last year, we saw about 600 to 800 new skins being added. That is a fact. 2023 had a lot of skins being included. How many will we potentially see this year? Well, we just started off the year with a whole bunch of Twitch drops being given away for free. Do you understand the potential problems of constantly seeing more and more and more skins? Well, it's going to get to a point where a select few are probably going to be doing quite all right, but the vast majority of the many other skins, not so much. So yeah, we have got a lot of skins now, and literally just a month before that, we had the likes of the Twitch Rivals event taking place with all of those drops. There appears to be far too many skins being added to the game. And now you're kind of having to sit there and figure out, well, what exactly am I going to want to pick now? You might just go for what people consider meta, Forest Raiders, Whiteout, Desert Raiders, you get the idea. Or maybe just the ones that look super cool. But unfortunately, for many other skins, they don't really fit into either of those categories. And unfortunately, they just kind of suffer and die. Now, there are people who like to manipulate skins. That's a fact. We are aware of that. And randomly, when we look at the likes of the front page, we'll probably see some very random skins appearing there. Anything out of the ordinary today? Not seeing it currently. But yeah, just usual suspects. So, yeah, things aren't looking super great at the moment. It's been dire. And as I already showcased to you with my sales over here, I have been selling a lot. I'm just not getting good money. Profit is happening, but the profit isn't exactly doing good. And I'm very, very, very sad for all of you that probably were expecting post-Christmas to be absolutely insane, much like it has been in the previous years. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. It did not happen. Last year was amazing. This year, not so much. Feel free to comment below with what this video will be and tell me, what do you think? What are your opinions? What do you think is also something that's negatively affecting the prices and the values of our skins? Because we had a very strong start for 2023, but then it just drops. It just goes down since, the end of August, rolling into September. Ever since September 2023, everything's been bad. So bad that post-Christmas this year wasn't even good. and we haven't made any good profits. Could have been good, amazing profits, but yeah. And I'm the guy sitting here who had to sell thousands upon thousands of skins, and yeah, my inventory value at one point was about 75,000. Now it's back to just under 67,000. Yeah. And then we, of course, also have the upcoming major, so the values of these skins are very likely to go down again, and that's not going to be any good for us. We really have to hope that the summertime really does improve things, otherwise Rust skins as a whole, very unfortunately, might just kind of crater and crumble, and maybe it's not going to be wise to ever consider investing into these skins anymore. It is unfortunate. And I should also point out, with the sales I'm seeing with the current Rust stores, so for the very beginning of this year, January 4th, 2024, very nice sales. Across the board, pretty much all of these skins sold very, very, very nicely. Multiple skins in the, above 20,000, multiple skins here doing about 30,000 plus sales. But as we roll into the likes of the second week, now the second week did have charity skins. It is expected that, they picked out some skins that weren't exactly super stellar, super standout. So we didn't see that many sales going on here. But, the charity skins sold well, and props to you if you bought some. But then we're rolling into the third week at the moment, and the sales I'm currently seeing here are tame. With every previous post-Christmas, every January time, I used to see pretty much all of the skins during those Rust stores sell very nicely. But at the current moment, from what I'm looking at, not so much. Maybe it is the cost of living crisis. Maybe people just don't have that much money to spend. Even though we are seeing good player counts, the money just isn't there, And that's very unfortunate to see. maybe Lunar New Year will be our saving grace. And, lots of money from East Asia will be thrown into the game. I don't think so. So, yeah, this is a bit depressing, isn't it? I'm very sorry. But from what we looked at today, based on what we were already well aware of the likes of Christmas, but we do have the data to support it, with the previous years, the very weird timeline of events ever since the autumn-fall seasonal dip, it has not been good. And, well, it's just been made a whole lot clearer now, hasn't it? Oh, dear. So, yeah. I really, really thought this was going to be an amazing time. I had all of these videos nicely prepared and whatnot, and it was going to be great for people in the past to come back and take a look at all of this, and not good at all. Not good at all. So, yeah, that has been not a good time at all. And how we approach next year is also going to be it's also going to be very awkward as well. So I'm very, very, very sad about what's happened, and I apologise to all of you listening to me, always suggesting that January was expected to be a great time. It's been an absolutely wonderful time for the past 5 years, but it's just this year where it all just went. And so that's basically it. That's basically it. I will keep trying to sell my skins and, max out my accounts as best I can. But they are still trending downwards. They are expected to trend downwards even further, especially the likes of what I've already mentioned, Copenhagen just around the corner. So I do believe next week will be the time where I sit here and say, all right, this is how many skins I had before, at the beginning of November, how much the money is now on that inventory. Let's go take a look at the current amount of skins I have and how much sales I made, because like I said, I have been doing rather well getting up to the point of maxing out the accounts. It hasn't been stellar, but I've been trying. I have been making some purchases here and there. How much have I actually made? And we'll compare it to the previous year, and we'll see how bad it is with this year compared to the previous. So, once again, thank you very much for watching me. I do greatly appreciate it and whatnot. I'm trying my best to get down to the idea of what exactly has caused all of this to happen. But honestly, it just seems to be a mix of cost of living crisis, far too many skins to pick from, and potentially also far too many involved in trying to invest into Rust skins and also sell. If you were to go ahead and pick out some random skins from the front page of the Steam market, go see how much listings they have, and you'll see, big fat quantities. Yeah, there's so many skins like this at the moment. So many of them. Because, well, unfortunately, as I've said it many times in the past, other people exist, And other people tend to be very lazy or very stupid. In that instance, it's not actually that bad. There's a 25 there, but that's not really as bad compared to what we just saw there. What about blackout chest plate, I guess? What's this currently looking like? No, that's not looking too bad either. But there has been many other instances where it's been bad. What about whiteout pants? How are you currently looking? And the answer is... no, that's not too bad either. Well, the meta skins seem to be doing quite all right. But most of the other skins, not so much. It's sad. It's sad. Right then. So, like I said, thank you very much for watching me. Next week, we'll go see how much I sold in total. Did I sell thousands upon thousands? It sure has felt like it. It sure has felt like it. But, yeah, unfortunately, even then, they just weren't worth as much as they were, before. And we've pretty much confirmed that with this video. So... we'll see what happens then. So, catch you later. See you, goodbye.